everybody. I know I've been lost, man. I've been crazy busy. We went away on vacation. So the last video we put up was us testing the Starlet, and then about 6 days after that I had to prepare. So those 6 days I was preparing, we went away on vacation. We were gone for a week. Then I got back, and then like 3 days after that I had to get prepared again, because I took a road trip. I had to take, I know a lot of you guys have commented and seen that Corolla wagon that was in the shop, and we were doing some work to that thing, and we bought it for somebody, and we had to eventually, once we got the car done, we had to ship it. You know, we had agreed to help them out because, man, I don't know if, as many of you might know, shipping a car across the country is a complete nightmare, or dealing with car haulers most of the time. You can't have good luck sometimes. I know I had a car shipped from Oregon one time, and man, it was a disaster. I didn't see the car for 3 weeks. That car basically had to go to San Diego port because it was going to Hawaii. So we kind of struck a deal, and I offered to help them take it out to San Diego port, which I did. So I was gone for a week as well, taking that car all the way over there. I'm finally back home. I got home a few days ago, and lo and behold, I'm back in the truck. So we're actually heading up to our buddy's shop at 904 Motorsports, my buddy Danny, Dave, Albert, and we are taking our Corolla. I don't know if you guys can see it back there. So in our shop we have a few project cars of our own, and you know, little by little I'm trying to get them done. Obviously building, you know, 4 or 5 cars is not easy, so it's definitely going to take some time. And we are taking this up to Jacksonville, where Danny's gonna help me out and help me assemble the interior. So in the truck I have all the interior panels. I have the seats that actually he wrapped for me, and so here's all the back seats. He actually has the front seats. So under here as well is brand new headliner, carpet kit. I have all the door rubbers, all that stuff's in the car. Unfortunately it got poured on this morning, but whatever, that's Florida for you. So yeah, we're heading up to 904 Motorsports, man. So actually I'll put up a video here real quick so you guys can check out the wagon when we dropped it off. Did a long haul from Florida to California, so it's a little dirty. I'm sure once he gets it in his hands, he can, you know, start waxing it all up, cleaning it all, do maybe a little buff on it. But man, that thing was beautiful. We did a header in it, full exhaust system, and we are actually gonna build a motor for it. So that's gonna be cool to see that wagon running with a fully built high compression motor. That thing's gonna scream. But man, such a clean car. You know, I don't know, wagons are, I like wagons. A lot of people don't like wagons. I feel they're super desirable. They're hard to find. You don't see them, you know. TE27s tend to be a little bit more popular, but TE27s are cool cars also. But the wagon is just, I don't know, just, again, it's just one of those things, again, that you don't see. But with my TE27, the plan is to put a normally aspirated 3SGE motor. So basically the turbo engines that we run, the drag racing stuff, I want to make that motor NA, and you know, big throttle bodies, you know, header, exhaust, no turbo, and just put that in the mustard Corolla. So that's the plan for the Corolla. Don't want turbo really. I'm trying to build most of my cars normally aspirated, even though the Brown 80 will be 3TC turbo. That's for the sole reason of just having something that we can showcase to all the 3TC guys and try things and do different things with that turbo setup. Just so we're on the same page with a lot of the 3TC community, that always sell parts to, you know, a lot of guys try different turbo combinations, things like that. So that's the plan for that car. But ultimately, again, the TE27, I want to see how much power we can make from a 3S normally aspirated, you know, and run some decent fuel. And just, man, there's nothing better than an NA Toyota motor screaming with big throttle bodies. So that's the plan moving forward with that. I'm actually doing a motor setup like that for a customer, where I plan to hopefully mock everything up in this car and get a header done, and you know, build 2 headers and do all that at the same time, to try and speed things up. So all right, guys, so there you have it. Just a little update on what we've been doing and where we've been and what we're doing today. And we plan on bringing something back home with us. So hold on, I got a little traffic coming up here. I don't know if I should be driving and recording at the same time, but why not? But yeah, so there's gonna be a part 2 that I am gonna make right now. All right, guys, we got something new that we are taking home. Again, thanks to my good buddy Danny. Danny, you are the man. You've always supported everything that we've done. You've always been a huge part of it. You've always stood by us, man. I can't thank you enough. This is a huge shout out to Danny at 904 Motorsports and all the brothers there. Like I said, anybody, if you guys need custom interior work done, they do some crazy, I mean, amazing custom leather on any kind of vehicle you can imagine. They just did a Tesla truck with some orange interior. If you look them up on Instagram, 904 Motorsports, man, crazy work these guys do. They've been in the business for a long time doing custom leather, and just, again, great dudes. And I don't know if you could see it back there, but we are bringing home his old MR2. Promised him that I would do my best to keep this car alive and really push to see what this MR2 can do with a true 3S platform. No K-swap here, guys. I know there's a lot of guys out there that love the K-swap. Hey, boosted boys are hauling ass. I get it. K-swap's a great motor. Nothing you can take away from a K. But I do believe a 3S is a platform that has not really been tapped into and pursued as much as, you know, and proven the potential that this motor has. In the drag world where we used to run them, I swear every time we'd add boost to this thing, there was no stopping a 3S motor. So, you know, guys now that race them in the full chassis cars, again, just like boosted boys, these guys got the boost way up. We have never put a 3S anywhere near the kind of boost numbers that a lot of these guys run these K motors at. And hopefully, you know, with time, we're gonna prove, you know, what this 3S motor could do. So check it out. I'm on the way home right now, leaving 904 Motorsports, taking the car back to the shop, and I will get you guys some footage once I get it off the trailer. All right, guys, so what do you think? I mean, we're pretty excited about it. I mean, my whole thing and my whole plan with this YouTube channel is, like, I don't know if I've told you guys before. I'm pretty sure I have. I've told a lot of my friends. Obviously, within reason, I'm trying to, you know, I want to have my own little Toyota collection. You know, back in the days, I had a Supra that I sold that I feel like a real dummy for doing. I had an MK4. I regret, you know, selling it, which I should have never. So now I basically try and collect all the other little Toyotas that I like and I enjoy that are desirable as well. So between the Starlet I have, my Corollas, I even have an old Tacoma that I hope to turbocharge a 2RZ. So my plan is to have all my own content with all my own vehicles and kind of touch all the Toyota motors that a lot of you guys have. And, you know, a lot of guys who follow the channel, everybody's obviously all about Toyota. So that's my biggest plan here. And so with Danny's MR2, again, you know, he kind of gave me a deal, an offer I couldn't really refuse because he wanted it to be in our hands, basically in my hands. It's just like it's in his hands. He will come down here and be a part of it as well as we start to put it together. So what was in the car, I'll give you guys a little breakdown now. So here is, you know, this car was built a while ago. The cylinder head is off the car. This is a 3rd gen head that we built for him. Got an MSD 6AL, Haltech Elite 1500. This is actually a water tank for the intercooler. So it's got an air to water intercooler. So there's a lot of things we're gonna clean up and change. You know, I'm actually probably gonna sell this. So I know there's a lot of guys out there who follow the channel that are in the 3S world. I will post this up once I get it out of the car and get some better pictures of it. So that will be for sale. So as of right now, again, the cylinder head is off of it. It is a 5S block that we built. Unfortunately, when we brought it home, we caught some rain. So we got a little bit of surface rust. So I sanded it real lightly. That's why you see the deck looking the way it does. But 5S block, our plan was we were going to basically put our 1st gen cylinder head setup on it and build a new header, bigger turbo, change the intake manifold. So I do have a lot of components that are not going to be used, and probably go dry sump. So we never knew how far we could take this factory 5S oil pump. That was always questionable. We didn't want to hurt the motor. It's got Corolla rods in here. The piston is an old Arius piston, not too big of a wrist pin. So things like that we were going to upgrade, and that's where the car kind of got, you know, put to a standstill. So that's where I'm taking it now. Basically what I'll do is I'm going to probably leave the motor in it, drop the oil pan, see if I could get the pistons and rods out of it, because we have a new set of pistons for this from Trom Pistons, of course. Take the Arius out, put the Troms in. They are heavy duty pistons with big wrist pins. So that's going to go in here. We have a dry sump setup for it. So we have a whole host of parts that we were planning to build with this car, you know. So this car is set up pretty good. It's got drive shaft shop, big axles in it, you know, the weld wheels, the Nito drag radials. Up here, when we were building the car originally, again, we kind of set it up because we were, I mean, we still want the car to be street, but then again, we want to race the car as well. So we incorporated all this, put a, you know, fuel cell up front. It's got 2 inline Weldon 1100A fuel pumps underneath here where the old gas tank used to go. So all that's hollowed out in there. That's where the fuel lines run. So there's a lot of things that we did to basically, you know, move the weight up front. It's got a real small battery that I'm probably going to try and incorporate a battery somewhere. I got to look inside of the bumper and see if I could do that. So here's the old turbo kit. So again, I'm going to be selling a lot of these parts, so stay tuned, guys, for all that. But man, again, pretty excited. I never thought this day would actually come, or I'd actually own an MR2. But you know, I'm very appreciative to a lot of the good guys I have in my life that make things like this happen. And again, it's just, it's cool. I want to have, you know, I know there's a lot of guys that are probably going to say, oh, boosted boys. But the only thing about it is I'm not going to strip this car down. I want this car to be street. At the end of the day, do I still think it could be competitive? I do. But we'll see. I don't want to start breaking parts and going through all that as well. The main goal is to show you guys what an MR2 can do with an actual 3S 5S power plant, so we could put some positivity back in the MR2 world. I know a lot of guys are switching to that 2G V6 motor now. 3S, again, 3S GTE motor is kind of a bastard child when they come in the MR2. They just, Toyota didn't do it right. I don't know why, but once you fix the little things that need to be fixed, man, they're great engines. So everything costs money to build, whether it's a K, whether it's a 2G, or things like that. It's just up to how much people want to spend and the kind of work they want to put into it. So stay tuned. We will have a lot of good updates coming in with this car, and I'm really looking forward to it, man. And again, we got the Corolla kind of coming together here. You know, this is almost getting ready. I had to make some space in the shop, but I'm gonna get this back in the air to get all this finalized. We have our starlet, which we have not forgotten about. We got the radiator, gonna get this mocked in there. So again, trying to get all these cars finished up and just give you guys some updates. Just been really busy with work. We've been traveling a lot for work, and I got some updates coming also with the Ogami Racing Corolla soon. So stay tuned, guys. I will see you again nowhere near as long as I kind of disappeared now. We were just busy. We have some content coming up pretty quick. Take it easy. Bye.